Hello everyone, I'm Dinesh Ji, currently studying 3rd Sem MBA in Rvim Institute of Management. Today, I am honored to introduce Mr. Sudip Nair, who is an entrepreneur, leadership, and HR consultant. We welcome you, sir.
Thank you.
My first question is: what does companies expect from an young graduate who can be a possible leader one day?
Well, most of the organization really look at having functional expertise from a graduate who's getting into a particular role. From a finance person, it would be definitely into the role which he's playing, and like that from a marketing. So whichever is the function which they get into, they expect people to know at least 60 to 80% of the job. But the most important thing is, apart from this functional knowledge, is how do they really shape up, how do they really showcase their attitude, how do they really mingle, how do they live to the culture, how do they live, or how do they show positive development into the culture which they want. That's what organizations will really look into.
That's a very good short answer. So, how can one position himself? Like, what are the qualities and essence a human can improve to become a better leader?
Dinesh, the first answer would be a good human being itself. That's the number one aspect of being a good leader. If you're not a good human being, the rest of the things does not really cut the ice. Now, what really want to be developed into becoming a great leader? Um, Leadership is, something which comes from your own competence. It comes from your own experience. From the knowledge which you have developed. It's the way you execute your job. It's the way you position or demonstrate or showcase yourself in your corporate world, in your professional world, among your peers. It's the way you interact. The best way of showcasing leadership or building your leadership is to keep it to minimal and use your common sense to apply your common sense in almost every walk of life. And of course, have the good manners and have the be a good human being. I think that will suffice. We can, all the skills of leadership speaks about this. A very important caveat which I want to say is that one should always develop good communication. I'm not talking about good language skills. I'm talking about how are you able to connect with people. And when I say connect, I'm not talking about, again, I'm repeating, it's not about the language, but if you and I are sitting and talking, are we able to connect to each other? Am I reaching out to you? And if you're able to do that, the rest of the faculties which you need to develop a leader or to become a leader will automatically develop.
So, to summarize what you said, it would be like first be self aware of oneself, build your goals, have principles, then people automatically follows you. As you mentioned in the seminar itself, leader is the one who gets things done by others. When you are confident about yourself to do those things, people follow you.
Yeah,
Am I right?
leader is one person who gets things done through others. For the people who are hearing, my take would be keep it pretty simple. Be a good human being. And if you are talking about self awareness, that's one of the basic principles of human being, because it's a very complicated thing. You're never self aware. You are always in continuous discovery of yourself. So from that perspective, if you look at an organizational thing, you have your self aware or self leadership first, and then you become a team leadership, and then you have organizational leadership. That's a kind of growth path which people will have. A self leadership, team leadership, and then organizational leadership. All these are very important. Use your common sense, apply communication in almost all aspects, and then of course there are various skills which you need to develop, when it comes to leadership, which is conflict, which is delegation, planning, execution, strategy, change management, and a plethora of emotional intelligence, plethora of things which we can speak about. But as I said, for someone who's listening, and to answer your question, it's keep it to the basic minimum: common sense, be a good human being, know yourself. That's a very good answer which you yourself gave. And understand the situations which you are going through, context which is going through, learn the business which you are in, All these are important because knowledge is competence.
It was great talking to you, sir. We thank you from RV Institute of Management for being here today with us in your busy schedule. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dinesh. Thank you, Nikita. Thank you, Tejaswi.